Hello, and welcome back to Awesome Chaotic. It's awesome you're here, and welcome back to more of Botany Manor. And we've got a gatehouse delivery, so let's go and check it out, shall we? So in the previous episode, we finally solved the clue for the, well, basically the whistling plant. But I wonder what we will solve now. I think we will finally get to remove the weird tree that's in the hallway, blocking everything upstairs. Let's see what the delivery is. Dear sister, I am so glad to hear you have returned safely from your travels. While you were away, I changed the code for the library door each time I visited, as I know some of grandmother's valuable items are kept in the secret vault. The new code for the door is the 3 initials of my name, to make it easier for you to remember. I hope we can meet soon. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. The 3 initials of my name. Elizabeth. So it starts with an E. Well, we know that there's a proper family tree. So let's go and check out that. Elizabeth. This is such a beautiful game though. Look at all the graphics, it's so colorful. Let's have a look. Where was the family tree? Over here. So... No, Elizabeth is not in here. We know it's something with green. Elizabeth. We did have a photo somewhere of them together. Not in the painting room. I'm not going back in that place again with all the weird clues. Where was the photo of the 2 girls together? I know where it was, I just don't know how to get to that room anymore. Probably... no, this was the painting room. How did we get to the photography room? I don't think it was from here. This is all still locked. The formal gardens are also locked. Anything from here that we can enter the house? Nope. So what am I missing? Because this was not the place. From here. From here, there we go. There was this small door. Where was the photo of the girls? Oh, this also only says Arabella and Elizabeth. Well, we know the surname is Green. And we know the first is an E. So... Elizabeth Greene, and then the middle one I just don't know. Well, apparently it's not green. Oh boy, I'm not going to guess that much. But how do we know what the other name is? Arabella's parents. What other clues are there about the family? This is just about a family tree. Oh, so Elizabeth and Greene. Yeah, sister of Arabella Greene. So EAG. That we had that. We were. There, that's actually what the look is now. Oh, unless they she changed her surname? No, Elizabeth and Greene. Oh. No. You know what? We just know that only the last thing has changed, and apparently it was an edge. There we go. Into the library hall we go. We have got the study, which is locked. Thank you card. Dear Lady Greene, thank you kindly for the flower books you sent for my daughters. To this day they still show an interest in learning more about plants and painting. I am keen that my daughters have access to a good education, so I hope you don't mind me putting it upon you that you might be able to teach them somehow. Your dedication and knowledge seem so rare and inaccessible elsewhere for young girls like mine. I hope you will consider my proposal. Sincere regards, Olive Campbell. Wow, okay, this is an entire new, huge area. Botanical allies. And 4 new plants added to our book. So we've got all these symbols over here, which we apparently can interact with, but we need to know a secret code. The Fox and the Crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw the crow sitting on a tree branch, holding a big piece of tasty cheese in her beak. So the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox and kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her as the most majestic of all birds, with a big strong beak. Oh, what a song that beak must make! It must be the song of a queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it. Flattered by the praise, the crow forgot all about her suspicion, and also her dinner. So she opened her beak wide to utter the loudest caw, and down fell the cheese, straight into the fox's open mouth. Fox and a crow. Well, there's a crow over there, I think. So what else do we have here? Another book. Wonders of the Night Sky. So that's the night sky. We have the night sky over here, and we have something with a crow. What else do we have? What other clues are there for this secret door? That's a chair to sit. There's this suspicious mushroom. Is there anything with a mushroom? No. A fish, a sun, and a hare. Let's see what else we can find upstairs. And a golden fish. New Year's Ball. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. We also found a fish. I'm pretty sure that that's just our last clue. Although... I also see something about the hare and the tortoise. And even the rising sun. But these two books are closed. So the sun and the... what was the other one again? Those are closed, so either they need to be pressed in or the other things need to be pressed in. So let's reset it again, so the fish, the crow and the hare were pressed in? No. So what about the moon and the sun? No. Because we can see the moon book is closed. Although this says... No, I thought maybe there were like symbols on the side. Is it the way in which we find it? But we also don't see numbers. So we know that the crow and the moon are downstairs. So these two are downstairs and... I think it has something to do with open and closed. But it seems like you have to press all of them in a specific order. Let's go upstairs. Maybe we are forgetting something. Because the fox's story was at night. So maybe it's at order of time. Now this one starts at the morning. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining goldfish. So the fish is in the morning. The hare is at midday. So what if we say in the morning the fish, the hare at midday, and then the other one at night. So in the morning the fish, then the hare, and then the crow at night. There we go. You know, that was actually kind of just pure luck. Sunset 1st of May, sunset 22nd of May, the sunset 8th of July. London record. Lindy appointed chair of botany at University College London. The lady at the top. 4th of October. 29th of April. And we've got our first seed. Nightfall. I vaguely recall my grandmother studying the nightfall when I was young. Well, there are no clues over here, but I'm pretty sure these are actually clues. Let's see. Here we go, sunset paintings. Because, well, it's called Nightfall. And we've got a key to the study. Nightfall progress. I've been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove it's more than just a myth. So far, I have deducted that the flower opens at sunset, and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. Task for this month? So this has been written in... we don't know. Monitor nightfall seedlings, rose plantings, collect field samples and the seed collection. So we do need to look for a certain sunset for sure. But now we can also go to the study. Oh, Oh, and one more. Oh no, that's a thank you card. If I've seen that, I thought it was another seedling. Meadow Orchards of Britain. My dear friend, I have been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach wider world, since it's so seldom we are able to see our work published. Considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record on botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such important research to stay hidden away. With warm regards, Anne. Oh, and one more seed. Sapphire Gloom. It only needs 2 clues. Judging by the name, I don't believe this to be an edible mushroom. Grandma's research. Where did we find Grandma's research? Mushroom food sources. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrition through soil, and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This means they have become carnivorous, because they only acquire the nutrition they need by consuming other living organisms, such as flies, bugs, and plants. Some mushrooms even get their nutrition from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Mushrooms growing on a tree is usually a sign that they are consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. But that's not always the case. Well, that's definitely a clue for the mushroom. Arabella, I have some more books from the department that may be of interest for your research. One, I recall, was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they are returned before summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research. But what's Grandma's research? You found something in the library for that? Tree diseases. The tree is infected with red tree pox, many small red dots. So we will have to look for something that I think will be needed for our plant. River swan, blue heron, so these are bird eggs that we probably need. What was Grandma's research? I just completely forgot what we had seen. Was that anything upstairs? That was just a story. That was New Year's ball. And these were just the books. I don't know. Oh, but we have that, the tree, which looks like it has purple spots on it. So if we then go and check this book, it's a root parasite. The root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrition that the tree receives from the soil. Eventually it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaf. There is currently no known cure. So I think we need to plant our mushroom over there. Let's go and find a pot for it. Over here. Let's get a pot, fill it with soil. Place our sapphire bloom, and then there we go. That one was quite easy. Even though we're somehow still missing a clue. But at least we opened the door. The sapphire gloom is a wildly misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. That's the tree diseases book. We had seen it before we were looking at it. But there we go, so now let's look more into the nightfall. I think the room that just opened will give us a whole lot of clues for it. Look at the tree, it's now all happy. And there we go. The attic, that's still locked. Here's Arabella. I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently and noticed a sight that I had just had to write you about. In the water, I saw the brook Chalice blooming. I've never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mention of it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what would have caused this? It was the 10th of August. Let's just add these over there. The 10th of August, we saw something blooming. And the fern. So the fern has blue eggs. What are actually the other two? Because if there is something with fern, that was definitely with the blue eggs. So we need to get a pot of soil because we still need to plant on nightfall. So at least we've got our seedling now. We've got one door here and one door over here. Dear Lady Arabella, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contributions during our recent meadow orchard research expedition. Your keen observations and deep knowledge of orchards was so helpful. Your dedication to the field is an inspiration to us all. I look forward to future collaborations and the continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word with you for the Botanical Society. River swimming. That's in April. We want to make sure you can enjoy swimming this summer. So we have cleared the most popular rivers of Somerset of all aquatic weeds. The River Cam, River Chew and River Summer all have been cleared of the weeds thanks to the services. Okay. Health and safety warning, 8th of August. Because of the same 3 flowers. And we've got a key to the attic. What's the... I think these two are probably for the government notices. Although it's the Cam, the Chew and the Somer. What's this door? River Somerset. The River Cam, Somer, and... yeah, I don't see the other one. For the average temperature, so that's something we need to keep in mind. Here's Arabella. I'm writing to share with you an exciting discovery I've made in my botanical studies. It turns out that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from the natural environment. I hope to share more of my findings with you in the near future and would be delighted if you could join me in my research. Well, we definitely need... well, that's a clue. Which I think needs to go in here. The fern. We know this one. And the nightfall. I don't know where the clue about the sounds needs to go just yet. What's up here? Oh, that's the bell. So that's for one of the plants. The bird calls. Alright, so we know that we need one of the plants up there for some music. But right now we need to focus on our nightfall. Although... that's Dark Cradle Fern. Petition to be presented to the Honourable House of Commons. In recent years, hunts have been taking place in the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear the beautiful chime-like calls. Okay, so I think this one has the bird calls and therefore probably also the melodies. That would make sense. The Trapped Fairies of Folktale. Once upon a time, there was a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of the time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed the little fairy. The moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense, and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall, and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached, the sun arose, the spell broke. Though just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Wow. And the petition. The chime-like calls. I thought we had added that one. There we go. What else? Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Lord Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure if it's worth pursuing scientific study in such places. On my recent visit to Brinsby, the young men showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen in the party, all useful time and erudition was devoted to them and none given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of our own, and perhaps we can see the specimens in their home habitats, where they belong. Another, just an image. Essence of arnica flower and a tincture of red clover. For sprains, strains and joint pains. Chamomile and red clover seem to soothe hot flushes. And there we go. So this is definitely some water that we need for a certain plant. That seems broken. We've got a T-split. That probably needs to go there. This one here. This one here. And then we're just missing one corner. Over here. The number 30 bath geyser. Well, we first need to know which plant needs to go there. 15th May 1980. Dear Arabelle, this is our quote for the repair of the geyser in your bathroom. The cost might seem high, but trust us, it's a complex job best left to the professionals. Oh, didn't we just solve it ourselves? Alright, so... Dear Nova. A cute little cat. So we have our nightfall. Aquatic weed removal. Do you have a pond? You might want to swim in it. Is it covered in slimy weeds? Make an appointment today. We first have our nightfall that we need to grow. That seems to be the first one that we're still missing a lot of clues for. But maybe there's something in the attic? Flower growing companion, gardening curiosities, trap moths. Sometimes a moth can become trapped inside a flower bud if it's closed in the morning. The moth is then forced to use the flower bud as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom for short periods during the year, so if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later. And these are the Moth of England's. And, well, we've read the fairy story, so these two are definitely for here. We know that over here We have the geyser. And not the weeds removal. This one is definitely for the weeds removal, but one clue over here is not correct. Maybe the petition? I'm not sure. Moth spotting calendar. That way we know when which birth is locked up. Birth, moth. The sight of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems, which allows them to see the color of the light. Rusty pig. No, I just want to place it back. So I know that we need to place our nightfall over here. We just need to place the correct color there. To make sure that we have the correct sunset. My dear niece, I fear the window may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I've arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son Edward. He's successful in the business in London. It's a beautiful window. The Botanist Digest, this month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading expert in British meadow orchards. And that's one more seed. That's the one we need to place in the bathroom. So I'm just still not sure in what month we have to pretend that it opens. We are missing a clue somewhere, but we will find it. That's the fern. So let's get another pot, put some soil. No, I kind of forgot if we also planted the cradle fern. But this one needs to go to the bathroom. So let's place that there. And then... So, this the... Fern is with the petition. Oh boy, that was the wrong button again. So our fern needs the petition, the geyser, the birth calls. No, so they don't have the melodies. Or... Oh, they do. The chalice. Aquatic weed removal. Make an appointment today. The brook chalice. That's the one we're growing. And then over here we saw something with the different temperatures. Because they were saying the river Cam, Chew and Somer. And the Cam and Somer, that's different degrees though. One is 5 degrees and the other is 15. So how do we know where one grows? There was the letter of the friends. This is just the contributions. 8th of August. Cam, Somer and Chew. We had a letter. Where was that letter? Boy. It's a bit annoying that you can't really, you know, you have to go back to actually where you found the letter. Sensitive to sound. Well, we know about that. So it's 5 or 15 degrees. That's what we know. We could just give it a try. That's the petition again. That was the disappointing visitation. So we either at 5 degrees. Nope. Or we at 15. Also no. So we're definitely missing a hint there. Can be used multiple times in a row without extra costs. That was the bill. Where did we find that letter? We're definitely missing a few hints here and there. I was taking a walk on 10th of August. In the River Somerset. So if we just run here, and then we look at the River Somerset, that's 15. That's the average temperature. Oh, but the rivers of Somerset. So that's a lot of rivers. It could also be 20 degrees, 25. I mean, I think it's just easier to try it a couple of times. No. Alright, let's just try 25 once more, and otherwise we will just have to check in the next episode what to do about this one. No, we have to do more research on this one. But we're out of time for this episode. So for now, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.